Thank you all for coming on this day, and welcome to the funeral of Lilith O'Leary. Let's get the other funeral music going. Generally, funerals are not for those who have passed, but for those who have lost. We grieve this creature's shed mortal shell, for the soul inside has moved on. Today, we pay respects and remember fondly this Viroid shell of Lilith in hopes that the respect and mindfulness we show today may continue to bring us and our town protection through our lives. This shell, when occupied, was a child of unknown lands and seemingly lived as such. Some knew Lilith as a light in the darkness. Some knew her as a shape-shifting monster, an ever-present shadow on the edge of your vision. Some knew her as a silly little guy. I have prepared this slideshow to tell a brief history of Lilith's life and evolution within this Viroid model. Let's just scooch that over a little bit, shall we? Maybe just a... Oh, not me, though. Oh, this is crazy. When Lilith first appeared, she valued her presence and personality more than her finished form, to make it exist before making it better. And so her journey began. One thing I loved about this form is how proud she was to just exist, and how proud she was to have made this form herself. How happy she was to have her piercings included on her face, even if her nose did look a little off. Of course, her second form came with improvements. Along with a Valentine's Day theme, Lilith loved to create outfits for her form to wear. And though limited to the technology she had available, she always had fun, even finding things to improve and expand upon. I loved almost everything about this form. The blushing of the cheeks was cute, and the pink flames made for an interesting lore. As Lilith's passion for streaming grew, so did her audience, and along with it brought more fun and more ideas to share, and of course, a new outfit. Lilith found herself slowly but surely inching closer and closer to the form that best fit her. Though her outfit did not change again, her head had several tweaks to further reflect her aesthetics. One thing I loved about this form is the inclusion of the red eyeliner and lower lash spikes, and of course, my new hair. I mean, her new hair. I loved this Vroid model. She was weird and unique, and it was absolutely terrible at tracking Lilith's mouth movements and emotions, though it always managed to capture Lilith's huge grin. I will miss this grin. Something I will miss most dearly is when Lilith could look like this. Such haunting beauty could never be replicated again. I will now open the floor up to Lilith's friends who would like to say a few words and read some statements from her Ultra Plus members. First up, Lilith's love husband.
Hey everyone, it's me, husband. The first thing I want to say about Lilith's Vroid model is that I always loved the design that she had into it. We are what you might, well, some might call technologically illiterate, and watching Lilith prepare for her VTubing undertaking was nothing short of inspiring. I mean, she really learned how to do all of this on her own, and it was crazy to watch her put it all together. It was fun watching her face light up as she was customizing the model. You could see all the love that she put into it. After her debut, it brought me so much joy in my heart to see all the people really rallying behind how great it looked. I saw several comments that really stuck with me. One being that somebody was saying that it was like really getting them feeling creative again. I saw some people say that, you know, seeing how great this model turned out made them want to take another stab at making their own models again. And it just, it really was amazing to me to see how much this Vroid model inspired others. I love that she had to turn her hair into the horns. I thought that always made me laugh. It was really, really creative. The only real complaint I ever had about her old model was that it would constantly track my face. I would possess her body and it would always think I was pissed off. Lilith is honestly the first VTuber I've seen, so I don't have too much frame of reference, but seeing the community that got behind something that she put her heart and soul into really touched my heart, and I'm just glad that people came along for the ride to see what happens next. This model will always hold a special place in my heart, and I hope even in death it will continue to inspire people to be creative and to put their true selves out there.
Thank you so much, husband, for your kind words. Next up is Lilith's earliest friend, Monster Frisbee.
Hello? Is this thing has to be on now. Okay, sorry everyone. Thank you all for coming. I wish I could be there more in person. I just happen to be on an interplanar sort of thing right now, so sorry for the static, but I really appreciate everyone coming out today, and I thank everyone for their condolences to me and husband. I know most of us may be grieving during the substantial loss of Lilith's Vroid shell, but I know she would want us to instead look back and reminisce on all the good times we shared. So I thought instead of being sad, I would remember some things that I always loved about her Vroid model. So I'd first like to point out that Lilith's Vroid shell had some of the best reactions imaginable. Her smile lit the room, and her surprise could extinguish a wildfire. And most of my favorite moments actually seem to be when she's just silent for a brief moment, allowing her shell to truly awaken with a look of pure eyes as wide as the moon. And you know, over this eternally brief moment, we got to see this model bloom and increase in detail and definition over time, similar to my favorite character of all of video game history, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider for the PlayStation. But, you know, getting a little more serious, for those of you who don't know, I've known Lilith all my life, and in this mortal span, I've come to realize that she's one of the most creative entities I know. She is headstrong, always has a vision when it comes to her craft, and that is why she wanted to build everything you see and will ever see from scratch. And now that her soul is moved to another plane, we must remember that there is always new life born from death. And wherever her soul is, I know it's at peace. Thank you again for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
That was so beautiful, Monster Frisbee. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And next is one of Lilith's latest friends, who would like to say something. Their name is Shiki Miyoshino. Any day now. This thing is so silly. This little mirror of mine. Such a beautiful words. So beautiful. They're just so beautiful. Oh! She has transcended the mirror. Get back in there. Who do you think you are? Oh, of course, you're Shiki Miyashino. Continue.
Friends, chatters, degenerates of all denominations, we gather here today to honor a legend. Not just a model, but the spirit that once inhabited it. Whether that is benevolent or malevolent is up to you. Lilith O'Leary. Lilith was more than just a monster fucker VTuber. She was a force of nature. A beacon of energy, unfiltered chaos, and movement. Because when Lilith backed it up, she backed it up for the people. She didn't twerk for clout. She twerked for art, for culture, for the good of the community. I will always mourn that I could not watch her hit the woe with her split tongue. But maybe I will be graced by such an act of pure amazement when we meet again in the great unknown. Rest in peace, Lilith. Your chaos changed us, your cheeks inspired us, and your memory will never stop bouncing.
That was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. Such beauty, such words. Could never be spoken truer by anyone else. Lastly, I will read some statements from the Ultra Plus members of the Lost Souls. Vsauce Blake here. Just want to say I will miss your sweet and lovely surprised or mad looks, Vroid. You will be in my heart forever, like a little goblin. Goodbye, Vroid Lilith. And thanks for all of the memories. You brought us so much happiness over the last 10 months. Even when you would break midstream and stop moving, or when you would make a random silly face out of nowhere. You will always hold a special place in our hearts. Rest in polygons. Until we meet again. Fare thee well, beloved Vroid model. I shall miss your random shifts in expressions, your sudden stun locks, and your humorously horrifying, yet hauntingly wholesome horse girl form. Thank you for the many months of fun memories. Tell the Suica model we say hello. We'll still talk about you, Viroid Lilith. We didn't even get a year, but during the short time we had together, you achieved a lot and left a great impression on us all. Gamer, singer, horse girl, lamp. Your feet filled many shoes. You will be sorely missed and fondly remembered. Thank you for everything, Viroid Lilith, and Godspeed. Viroid Lilith taught me that even when you have resting bitch face, it's easy to smile at a moment's notice. For this I will be forever grateful. However, I'm glad Lilith has given up on the Viroid's habit. You don't need polygons to be strong. R.I.P. Viroid Lilith, I shall miss the random rocking back and forth when you were to leave for Cryptid Call, the way your mouth would open wide for no reason, and random shifts in emotion while talking, and how you look slightly high when you would smile. We've had some great memories together, and you shall be missed greatly. Beautiful words by all, but this tape was also requested to be played in the event of Lilith's mortal demise. So I'm shutting this off and we're gonna listen to it.
Hello. If you're watching this, that means I am no more. I may be gone, but I hope the shell will not be forgotten. It will hold a special place in my heart always. We laughed together, we cried together, and we became hoarse together. This truly is a bittersweet goodbye, and I will miss my time in this form so much. I will cherish our memories together always. I hope I will live on in the hearts of those I cherish most, those who saw me for who I am and not for what I looked like. One last smile for the road. Goodbye.
Thank you all for your kind words, and thank you all for coming. I'm sure if
Lilith were here right now,
she would be tickled pink. We hope her Viroid model rests easy. Now go back to your homes in a hurried manner. Goodbye.
Okay, now that it's just you and me, you know that I'm not really just some random eulogist, right? Right? I knew you would recognize my voice. Listen, it's not quite as safe to talk here than it would be at my new place, so just meet me over there, okay? And I'll see you soon, and you'll see me, okay?